Are you looking for an anime where, as the title said, the main character is supposedly a legend, but in reality no one could believe who he really was? Think like Meliodas from the Seven Deadly Sins. He is supposedly the captain of a legendary group, yet he looks like a child. And everyone is surprised when they really find out who he is. We all love this kind of anime, so for today's list, we have compiled a list of anime TV shows that deals with the theme of having an overpowered main character who is a legend. But be it in the past or present, what matters the most is that those legendary characters are cool, badass, and overpowered. And overall, they are playing a big and important role in their given anime series. So before we start, be sure to subscribe to our channel and press on that bell icon and set us all to be notified about our latest videos. Number 10, we have Undefeated Bahamut Chronicle. The story takes place in a fictionary world where there are ancient weapons named Drag Ride and that are ancient mechanical weapons. 5 years ago, the protagonist named Lux was the prince of the Empire, and he also was known as the strongest Drag Knight. The Empire was destroyed due to a revolt. Now, Lux is known as the weakest undefeated, the Drag Knight who doesn't attack. Due to some reasons, Lux ends up entering a girls' school that raises Drag Knight. This is the story. Not bad though. If it was a little more serious, I think it could have been an anime that would please more audience than this. One problem is how ridiculous things end up happening and how all the girls want the protagonist so bad. But if you think about it, it's very common in anime. If I had to choose if I enjoyed it or not, I would probably say that I enjoyed it. The beginning may not catch your attention, even I thought about dropping it in the beginning, but I don't regret not dropping it. If it gets a second season in the future, I will watch it. If you dropped in or watching this video, I advise you to give it another chance. You may end up liking it just like me. At number 9, we have Zetman. Zetman is about justice. But what is impressive about Zetman is the way it chooses two characters, completely different from each other, puts them side by side, and lets us see how their ideas of justice are similar and different. They have the same goals, but what is most precious to them, what they decide to sacrifice to achieve their goals, are very different. Jean is a superhuman known as Zet. From a young age, he has discovered the hardships of life as he loses many people who are very precious to him. Through these incidents, he becomes sort of a cold person who likes to pretend he doesn't care about anything, but inside, doesn't want to lose anyone anymore. To do this, he tries to keep distance from the people he cares about. Koga, on the other hand, is a rich and quite spoiled boy who dreams of becoming a superhero. His friends have built him a suit that gives him more or less superhuman abilities. He doesn't actually question what justice is to him until he encounters Jin and an incident that shows him the horrors of life. I was surprised by this anime. Didn't think I'd like it all that much, but the story was a bit confusing at first, and getting clearer and clearer throughout the anime. If you like violent stories, full of psychological warfare, full of blood, and monsters, you will surely and truly like Zetman. At number 8, we have World Break, Aria of Curse for a Holy Swordsman. The story itself is a good one. There are people who have memories of previous lives that they have and have special weapons and spells from it. The world is constantly under attack by monsters whom are fought by the said special users. That's more or less the background story, with the show centered around the main male character who turns out to be one of the strongest with a harem of girls. Having seen a lot of harem anime, this one is unique in that the main character and two of his romantic interests are reincarnations of their past lives, meaning both of them were his lovers at one point, which makes things interesting for the present, especially with the addition of new fangirls. The romance plot as well as the action are pretty decent in this show, especially the spellcasting, though I don't really understand it. The show has been a fun watch overall, but the downside is it's got some of those unfortunate action and harem cliches you just can't get away from nowadays. But regardless, it was still enjoyable. At number 7, we have Strike the Blood. The actual plot of this anime was interesting, and a new take on something that has been done many times before. The story revolves around the 4th primogenitor, which is the world's strongest vampire, who is a high school boy called Koju Akatsuki. The Lion King organization sends a skilled middle schooler, Yukina Himaragi, to be his observer. The anime is split up into different arcs, all about 4 episodes long, and each unveiled new things about the characters and really wasn't that boring. I found out the 2 lines above really offer me a unique setup for an anime, and the genres, action plus ecchi, really offers us a combination of a real action and a desirable fan service. The art in this series is excellent, and there are very well placed comedic scenes.